It's interesting, low histamine diet, and our protocol goes kind of beyond low histamine for a variety of reasons, but a low histamine diet has been around for decades.
Right.
So, part of me is like, why is nobody really talking about this? Why has this not been popularized the same way that like an autoimmune protocol or sort of, gut protocols have been? And it just feels like it's this big missing gap, but I'm going to backtrack a little bit. So with the urinary urgency, it took me about a year to actually figure out it's fermented foods, because it wasn't like I'd have sauerkraut and then right away would have to urinate. Like it wasn't that kind of sudden connection. So it was like, where I'd like a few months in, I'd kind of be like, on the days I'm eating a lot of yogurt, that's when I notice like I'm rushing to the bathroom and not quite making it. So, and then, not having like heard very much about histamine, I had heard it in the GAPS community a little bit, but yeah, it was a long time figuring. I don't want other people to have to go through the same struggles that I did. So that's part of why we're getting out there, trying to educate people, and part of why the book is out.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. And I know as holistic nutritionists, if I may call you that.
Yes.
I know there's different terms and terminologies that could be used, but I mean, that is what it is. You will often be a last resort for people, right? They've been to the medical doctor, they've been this path, they're trying to figure it out themselves. And it's like, I know from teaching fermentation classes, I always say like 9 times out of 10, like just add in live culture ferments and your health will improve. But there are those individuals. It just doesn't, something kind of goes wrong, goes sideways. And so often refer them to you guys.
Yeah, and what you just said, like I quite literally in my client base see people who have been to not just a family doctor, but to all kinds of specialists.
Right. Yeah.
I had a woman recently who reached out to me. She said, Tracy, I've seen 6 different naturopathic doctors and nobody's been able to help.
Right.
I hope you're the person who can help. So yeah, this is so under-recognized in the medical community, also in the naturopathic community. And it's, people are medically gaslighted.
Right.
Because they're being told, like, there's nothing wrong with you, right? A doctor will run a whole panel of blood work and say, you know what, everything's fine. Like, this is all in your head. So it's an issue that really needs to be brought to the forefront.
Yeah.